Why this story is still fresh in my memory. Sometimes we dismiss people off. They always say, don't judge a book by its cover. I remember we were doing this interview in T Nagar, and those days we were admitting just very small number, 40, 45 students. I saw somebody standing on the tar road without a slipper in Chennai with this jute bag, right, with this bamboo sticks under her arms, and she was standing there. I've seen people in dark complexion, but she was like pitch dark. One of the darkest form that you will see, and I can see strains of salt in her hands. And this you can very commonly see of people who are working in the fields, right? No slippers. And when I met her, I thought she has accompanied somebody. Little later, I realized she was a student. And I remember how she wished me. She said, "Good morning, sir." This is how she wished me. And I asked who is she. Then she said, her name is Sujith Kumar. She's come for an interview. She had a cutoff of 192 out of 200. Excellent scores. So when I started speaking to her, she has a scores, but there's no way she will survive in Chennai. No way. And very reluctantly, we gave the seat, and I was asking my colleague, somebody needs to coach her. We need to speak to her, because I asked her, what is your slipper size? And she didn't know, because she has never worn a slipper in her life. She will walk like this. Her legs will go like this, right? So every semester, we started coaching her. Her dressing sense slowly started improving. She was very good with coding, very, very good with coding, but her English was just not up there. So because I'm in HR, I do interviews, etc. Normally we say the people on the other side is what we are tensed on. So in her final year, she cracked the final round for one of the largest IT organization in the world for a phenomenal salary. So I called her to my Maatram office. I made her sit on the other side, and I said, look, you've come this far, okay? People call me Anna. So Anna, I'm going to coach you, right? Listen to me for next 2 hours. I'm going to give you all the tips, because I know what the HR guys are going to ask you. You will make notes, and you should do this well. So I kept on asking. I said, look, coding, you will do a great job. The first question will be, tell me something about you. Don't speak fast, speak slow. When you speak slowly, you will not make mistake. Keep smiling, etc. And she smiled, and she was making notes completely. After 1 hour of talking, I asked her, do you have any questions? And I was keeping my left hand like this. She held my left hand. And she says, in Tamil, she says, Anna, neenga romba padattama irkeenga. The translation is, you look very tensed, right? And I was like, yeah. And then she says, don't worry. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, they will announce the results in my college. I will call you to tell you that I got selected. I said, how are you so confident? She says, you're making a mistake. You spoke about strength coaching for the last 4 years. You always asked me to focus on my strength. The company which is coming in wants power programmer. They want people with good programming skills. And I'm the coding champion in my college. Okay. How will they reject me? If it is, and she says, if it is for English, that's how she said, if it is for English, don't worry. I will speak very slowly and I will get this job for you. I was like super confident. I said, great, I'll wait for your call. Next day, instead of 7 o'clock, I got a call at 5 o'clock. Not from her, but from the campus recruitment head of the college, who apparently was my classmate. And he called me outside a restroom. He went for a restroom break and he called. He was in tears, Suren. He called me, he said, where do you find rock stars like her? I said, who? No, this girl called Sujith Kumar. I just met her. Man, what a character she is. And he says normal interviews for 20-25 minutes. I interviewed her for 1.5 hours, not to grill her, but I was so inspired by her, about what she was doing. And he said 2 questions I asked towards the end. The typical HR question, why should I give you this job? And she says, sir, I'll give you 2 honest answers. 1, I live in a 10 by 10 room with my father, my siblings, everything. We are 9 of us in that house. I really want to uplift my family. That's number 1 reason. The second she said is, we were about 757 students at that particular point in time. She said, at Maatram, there is no way they could have given me a seat, because I'm the most unfit candidate by any parameter. Okay, people don't look up to me, my own classmates and all this stuff. And if I am able to crack this process, it will give so much of hope for my brothers and sisters in Maatram. And that's the reason why I wanted to get this job. It will be an inspiring journey for. And he said, look, I have decided to take her. Currently, Sekimal is still in that organization, doing exceedingly well. And she did call me at 7 o'clock. So the transformation that you are able to see in 4 years is mind-boggling, right? It's like planting a sapling and seeing it grow. Here in just 4 years, you can see the transformation.
Yes.
Hundreds and hundreds of stories, Suren. People who have walked 16 kilometers every day to go.